Here, here in East New York, pink houses. Out here with Ty Blizzy Black, East New York City revolutioner, or should I say evolutioner?
Yeah. Revolution leads to the evolution.
What was that?
Revolution leads to the evolution.
Okay. Systematic freedom, Ferguson to New York. Just taking a quick tour of the pink houses. Top Blizzy gon' drop some science on us about the history of the neighborhood, the status of the relationship between the community and the NYPD, and what needs to be done. Top Blizzy.
Well, it's all about community building. That's definitely the key. Prior to a guy being murdered by the police, if you see, this is pink houses across the street, and right here is this is Plaza across the street, and right here is pink houses. So the youth from both places would have conflict, but nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. You don't see a bunch of bodies or nothing like that, but they was having a lot of conflict. So their parents from both developments, we gotta go that way.
Okay.
The parents from both developments was asking the police to come in. So when this happened to Akai, some of them didn't want to be boisterous because they have been trying to build a relationship with the police to help with the situation, where really this is our children, y'all children. Everybody grab their children up and community build.
And by the way, black people, the law enforcement is not here to help you.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, y'all calling them in here. This is why people situations like Akai happen. Because y'all calling them in there, they not helping, they aggravating and causing further chaos to the situation because they don't have a sense of unity and understanding in this community and respect. So you calling an enemy in here on your children.
And when you call your enemy in to help you with your children, things like what happened to Akai happen. The enemy that you called to help you winds up shooting your children down in stairwells.
And what about that black woman who called the police to help teach her son a lesson? I think he was like 3 or 5, and the cop disrespected her, calling her a bitch and all this type of stuff. But this is the building right here. Let's start catching these.
This the building where Akai got shot down? Here we are entering the actual building where the incompetent rookie NYPD shot him down in this staircase right here for absolutely no reason.
So, what's the date? May 14th, Peter Lane goes to court.
Peter Lang is the officer that actually shot and killed Akai?
And then, if you want to think about it though, his partner too, why isn't he being held responsible? I guess because he, gave up some information on him, but they both was out of line. So the trial starts May 14th, and it's going to be downtown Brooklyn on J Street, 320 Supreme Court. So definitely come out there and,
repeat that date once again and the address.
May 14th, 320 J Street.
May 14th, 320 J Street.
Downtown Brooklyn. And then on May 20th, that makes 6 months since the murder of Akai. So we're going to have an all-white march from here down to both precincts, but we're going to take it to another level, so you definitely don't want to miss that. And also on that day, we'll be giving out the invites to Akaila's birthday party. Her birthday party is going to be on July 5th. Her actually birthday is July 6th, and this is going to be the first year without having her dad here on earth with her.
And when we're talking about turning it up and making the action more radical, let's not forget that Officer, what's his name?
Peter Lang.
Officer Peter Lang and his partner shot and killed that brother in the stairwell and did not call EMS. They called their union representative to get them out of trouble. That was the primary concern.
And when we went to court, we actually found out that he was arguing with his partner. So not only did he text the union rep, which they're trying to say was it's not true, but in the court, this is what was stated, that he was arguing with his partner about what should be the next course of action. Now, both of y'all went to training. I don't care if y'all rookies. Why weren't you taught that the next course of action would be to check on, you know, the people, you see as people in there and you were shooting? Why didn't you check on them? Whether you know if they was hit or not. And then he was with a girl, so you know she was hysterical. And she was hysterical to the point that she actually went and started knocking on people's doors and they called the 911.
So that's how EMS got called. Because not the cops called EMS, but the girlfriend was just hysterical and had to knock on doors to get help.
And then after they called 911, 911 was actually calling him, and he didn't pick up because they searched to see what cops was in the area, and they had him and his partner down for that, and they didn't pick up the call from 911.
Right, because they were the actual culprits.
Yeah, they were
as they usually are. So this is the stairwell. Can we go in the stairwell?
Yeah.
So this is the actual stairwell where Officer Peter Lang and his partner were doing a vertical tour, and where they met Mr. Gurley and his girlfriend walking down these steps, and where they shot and killed unarmed Akai Gurley for absolutely no reason.
You know, he stumbled down 2 flights of stairs.
Akai stumbled down?
Yeah, 2 flights, because I don't think he didn't know he was hit.
So you said they stumbled down. You said Akai stumbled down 2 flights of stairs. So the cops were coming up and he was coming down. So Akai actually walked past the officers after he was hit and stumbled past them.
They were coming from, I believe they shot down on him.
Okay.
Not up. So they was like on a landing right here.
Okay.
And then the police, you know, let me see. Because I know it was the last floor.
Right. And this is a testament to.
So I'm guessing like it was like on a landing or something right here. And then Peter Lane came through the door with his finger on the trigger, gun in one hand and a flashlight in the other. And he like opened the door and barged in and shot downward. And
so this is a testament to the question, why do we have police officers policing our communities if they are afraid of us?
Yeah.
Why are the police officers afraid of us? And when you ask that question, why are they afraid of us? You have no choice but to accept the fact that they are in fact afraid of us for a particular reason. Is that reason because of the fact of how American society is and how the downtrodden and the most marginalized demographics of American society, black people, have been treated, and there is a guilt complex? Or what is the answer to that question?
They see our greatness because it's not because of high crime, because that's just what's highlighted in the media. But they know statistic-wise that white neighborhoods have crime too. So, and shit, they crime be off the hook. Shooting up movie theaters, schools, bombing, track wreck, races and shit. So we don't see them racially profiled.
Exactly. That makes me ask another question. So Officer Peter Lang and his partner were not here because they had a call for a shooting. Mm-hmm. They were doing a routine vertical check. And so why did Officer Peter Lang have his gun drawn and his finger on the trigger in the first place? In contrast to what happened in Aurora, Colorado with that nut job who went into that movie theater and shot up people, babies, everything. Those officers knew that they were going to a shooting with a maniac who had an automatic rifle, who had killed multiple people. Yet he is still alive. Mm-hmm. That is what white privilege looks like.
And then the whole story.
This stops today.
This whole story doesn't seem to be told because with Kimberly Ballinger, the mother of his 2-year-old daughter, she did an interview the other day that I brought her to. She said that this police department had previously harassed him.
Mr. Gurley?
Yeah.
This precinct had been harassing Mr. Gurley.
Harassing him, yeah. And then we even have in Staten Island, that precinct had previously harassed him as well, those same officers.
And that was Mr. Garner's whole point behind saying this stops today.
And they had, but there is information out stating that they strip searched him, took his money, and all type of shit to him. So they were familiar with him. And so it was like an ongoing thing and a vendetta, you know, between these police departments. So I believe this is just overkill. They're executing, basically. They're executing. It's no accident. So all that shit, Peter Lane murdered him by accident, that shit is a lie. This wasn't no accident. This was an execution. Justice for Kai Gurley, which means justice for Kyla Gurley. Justice for Eric Garner, which is justice for Legacy Garner.
And so with the events that we have coming up on the 17th of April and a couple other events, break down those dates, those times, and what the purpose of those actions are for.
Well, first of all, I want to give a big salute to Drew Miller and Legacy and her family, her brothers and sisters, because, you know, last weekend was her weekend where she just so powerful. I mean, y'all seen it, y'all see the footage, y'all see the pictures. She's a little baby warrior. So that was the beginning of her adding her fight for justice. Now, her birthday is coming up on April 13th. Her next weekend is coming up. So we're going to do the 17th and the 18th of April. The 17th is the 9-month mark since Eric was murdered. And usually everybody places emphasis on the police. But that day we'll be placing emphasis on accountability of the EMS workers, because when they got to the scene, they didn't even try to revive him. Now, once did they give him any air? No CPR, nothing. So that day, we'll be marching from the site on Bay Street down to where the EMS workers work at. The next day is Legacy's birthday party. So with that being said, we want to thank everybody that participated in her benefit event. Those proceeds was helpful in making her party go on. So the information will be up on her page on Facebook, which is The Legacy Eric Garner Left Behind.
Ashe.
And if you want to Twitter, follow the hashtag. Look up the hashtag Legacy Garner. Now, as far as Akai Gurley is...
On that march on the 17th, is that the day we went all black or we went all white?
Oh, yeah, all black. Yeah, that's the all black march.
April 17th, we start from Bay Street. We're marching down to EMS. We're going to shut that shit down, coming all black.
Facts. So,
facts, as they say here in New York City.
Yeah, facts. So, in regards to the fight for Akai Gurley, as stated, the trial starts on May 14th. So we're going to be on 320 J Street. Come out around 12 noon. Like, we really had to turn that out. Like, I have the event page up. The page is called Justice for Akai Gurley. May 20th, it marks 6 months since he was murdered. So we're going to come right back here. And we're going to have an all-white march down to the precinct, the 75th precinct, which stems from, which branches off into the housing development precinct, which is where Peter Lane was at.
So April 20th,
May 20th.
Oh, I'm sorry, May 20th, we meet in the pink houses.
Yeah.
All white. We're marching down to the 75th precinct to shut that shit down.
Then the housing precinct. That's
this stops today.
Needs to be shut down. Now, on May 20th, we're going to be giving out the invites for Kyla's birthday party, which is on
this
July
stops
5th.
today.
Her party's on July 5th, and if you're on Facebook, go to her page. It's called Dare a Kyla, and you leave her a post which starts with Dare Kyla, and all the posts that are put up there are going to be put into a book for her that she can keep for the rest of her life, because this is a tragedy that she's going to have to live with forever. So we want her to get a constant reminder of how the community wrap our arms around her. They say we don't have any community, but we know it's so systematic. When you defund communities, it causes people to fight over crumbs.
The oppression is systematic, i.e. systematic freedom. This is why we do what we do. This is what systematic freedom is about. Countering systematic oppression. We're here to abolish the system of white supremacy.
Yeah, and that system has everything to do with police brutality. It has everything to do with black on black crime, because you're defunding these communities. You put all these funds into this police department who are killers, who are the branch off of the KKK. You know, where they went, where the sheets at, like KRS once said.
They traded them in for blue.
Badges.
Exactly.
So you defund communities and you leave less ways out, like programs that are normally in functional communities, community center programs that are really helpful and push people in the direction of their skills, or schooling, you breaking the schools down and breaking the books down and shit like that, you know, and
to open your charter schools, your private charter schools, so that you can treat them as a business and make more money for your hedge fund managers and your Wall Street bankers. This stops today.
And which is why we opposed the 1,000 new cops, because we know that's like $100 million that you will allocate to the police when you could be putting it back into these developments like NYCHA.
They got money for war but can't feed the poor.
Exactly. What the tenant associations could have been doing their own vertical patrols, a man and a woman, you know, in each building, and pay them for that shit because that's their job. You know what I'm saying? And then they could do it out of love because they'll know the people. You know what I'm saying? It might be their children friends, their cousins, you know, we'll know each other and shit like that. But if they don't want to allocate that money to us, understand our spending power as black people. $1.5 trillion a year. There you go. So we already have the money. And this is why I do buy black. And with mentioning this, I want to give a big salute to Grandma's Place, which is a toy store and bookstore in Harlem.
Harlem World.
And it's beautiful, you know what I'm saying? They got the black dolls, all that shit in there. And she actually sent a gift for Legacy for her birthday party. I got it in the crib already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's commendable. So we need to support businesses like that. And we don't want to use the word support like we're like helping somebody, you know, that's really needy. She already got her shit up and running. We should be supporting that instead of spending our money places where it don't come back.
Exactly. Yo, Top Blizzy, drop some contact information so people can have your Twitter, your Facebook, if a phone or email or something like that. Also shoot a link to your song Killer Cops, so that everybody can hear how awesome it is.
Basically, go on YouTube and type in Killer Cops by Ty Black, and the video's gonna come up. Look for the music video, and in the music video you're gonna see the link. Now, as far as Facebook is concerned, I'm Ty Blizzy Black. Now, it's going to be 2 pages up there for me because my old page I got locked out of. That shit is suspicious.
Get the one with the black and white photo, and you'll have Top Blizzy.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? And on Twitter, I'm Queen_Blizzy.
And notice Top Blizzy just said that her original Facebook is blocked. She can have access to it. That's another thing that a lot of people don't know. Us out here doing this evolutionary work, we have something called COINTELPRO that they practice on us. COINTELPRO is the same system that neutralized the Black Power movement. And it's still in full effizat. And so you can kill me. You can kill me. Just like you killed Malcolm, just like you killed Martin, just like you killed Huey. And we're going to keep on sprouting because we don't die, we multiply.
Which is why we're not looking for them a few leaders. Which is why when Oprah said that shit, who's the leader? We know who sent her to pose that question. You want to know who the leader is so you can know who to come in and infiltrate through. Fuck all that. It's like what they did with Common. And which is why, you know, we really didn't want to come in.
Quit it, Common.
We didn't want to come at organizations like the Justice League, but y'all compromised the movement when y'all let people like Common and Russell Simmons, who sold hip-hop down the river, come to the protest without even donating to the families or anything. You let them come and get their photo op, which is what they really wanted. So when they got the photo op, they could fill in their application as an Uncle Tom, which is how Common got that role at Selma, because he was out with these marches and they looking like, okay, the niggas.
Quit it, Common. Quit it, Common.
But you know what? Uncle Toms get fired when they see that the niggas don't listen to them. So on July 11th, he's coming to Brooklyn.
The National Action Network has no pull in the black community. FYI. FYI. But I just want to say, quit it, Common. I didn't have respect for you since 1990. I didn't have respect for you since 1990. You see what I'm saying? And some days I still take the bus home just to touch home. But you need to quit it.
He getting the shutdown when you come to Brooklyn too. You gonna know, and you gonna lose your job as Uncle Tom, because when they see that you don't control the niggas don't follow you. You don't apply for it. You know, you don't fit the role. So definitely follow everything I'm doing, because this is what we need to be involved in. You know, real grassroots, revolutionary, evolutionary, and salute to systematic freedom. We out here doing it.
This the movement right here. Systematic freedom. Ferguson to New York. This stops today. Hit me up on at Systematic Freedom on Twitter and or @_TAHMAD. That's @_TAHMAD. Also, fuck with me on Facebook at Ahil Talal Abdullah. Systematic Freedom, Ferguson to New York. This stops today.